welcome to a new video. Yesterday I posted a picture on Instagram asking what kind of topics you would like to see in videos, and I had several responses asking for a marketing video. Okay, so I've just posted on Instagram a photo of the two cake smashes and asking if people had any specific questions they wanted me to answer about marketing. I know there's a huge time difference, so it's like 1 p.m. right now, which then in the US it's like 6 in the morning, something like that, 7 in the morning, depending on where you are. So yeah, there's always a time difference. But anyway, I got a question from Megan Sunflare. Would love to know both on pricing structure and how to keep up with all the marketing and social media time between studio, kids and life. Let's start with the last one because it's an easier answer. Usually when my clients are late, that's when I post on Instagram, or just in the few minutes waiting before they get here. I usually come to the studio 45 minutes or an hour before my first session starts, so I can turn on the heater. Like, I can schedule the heater as well. That's what I do in the winter because then it needs more time to heat up. But right now I can be here like 45 minutes to an hour before the session. I set up the decor, I make sure that everything's clean, I wash the cups, for example, from the previous session, clean the bathroom, vacuum, maybe even mop, but most of it is already pretty clean. And then I just set up and then I wait. So for the clients to come, usually they are either on time or a few minutes late. The people this morning were like 20 minutes late, so I posted on all 3 of my Instagram accounts. I have one for my official photography business. I have one for my behind the scenes and YouTube video kind of fun and photography section. And then I have an Instagram account for our puppy, the golden retriever. So yeah, if the people are late, I'll just start posting on Instagram. Instagram stories, I usually do that when I have a cake smash set up, just because it looks pretty. I can show you the newborn area every time I set it up, but it's not that different. I mean, there's a different color backdrop. Sometimes I do Instagram stories when I've set up for a sitter session because it looks fun to see all the little balls and blankets and hats and stuff in place. So whenever I have something fun to show and I remember, I'll do an Instagram stories. And that's pretty much the social media I do. Yeah, Facebook, I tried to post every day. That never really happened. But what you can do is that you can schedule posts as well. So for example, on a Saturday or Sunday when you have an hour, you can schedule a post for every week, every day of the week. Usually it's nice to schedule something 6:30, 7 in the morning, because as soon as people wake up, the first thing they sometimes do is check their social media accounts. So that's always a good time. Another time to schedule it, maybe late in the afternoon when people finish their work, so maybe like 5-ish, 6 p.m. Another good time to post something on social media is maybe 8 p.m, 9 p.m. when the kids go to sleep and parents have time to check out their social media. Or right before they go to sleep, something like that. Because of the time zones for my YouTube videos, I don't know which is the perfect time to upload a video. I'll just do whenever I finish a video. But yeah, so when do I find time to post something? It's usually like I work, I edit, I answer my emails at night when the kids go to sleep. So sometimes then I remember I have to post something on Facebook. So maybe now I post like 2 to 3 times a week something on my Facebook page. Which is enough as well. Like, you don't want to spam every day. I usually post several photos from one session because I'm so excited and I cannot choose one photo. Also because I want to show people what to expect from a photo session if I just show one photo, which is the most awesome photo from the session. I mean, I've done maybe 4 different backgrounds, so then I want to show a little bit more so people kind of know what to expect. And it's so super cute to see all these little babies in different positions. Sometimes they're smiling, sometimes they're looking serious, you know, sometimes they're sleeping with their newborns. Sometimes, you know, you want to share a photo with the siblings as well. So I don't tag the people, I don't mention names when I post it on Facebook. Sometimes the parents will share the post themselves. They will put a reply on the post, and then you know, there's a large group of people seeing that post. Sometimes it's just 30 likes, no comments. That's fine, you know, as long as you post something, people might want to book and they check out your Facebook, and then if they see that you haven't posted in a year, maybe not a very good sign. So I try to post regularly. Yeah, pricing structure. You can calculate all the hours that you spend on a regular session, the materials that you use, the studio that you rent, you know, the hours that you spend on editing, like customer emailing, whatever, and then, you know, go from there. See what you want to earn as your hourly wage, and then I mean, you pay your taxes, your insurance, so calculate a fair wage for yourself. Look a little bit at photographers around you, don't just blindly copy them. Determine for yourself what fair pricing is, but don't price too low. It's better maybe to price a little bit higher and then to give a discount once in a while, maybe give out coupons to people who have been with you before, so they get a little bit of discount, but don't go too low, because then it's quite hard to increase your prices without having to explain yourself 100 times and getting upset and confused customers. How do I get traffic to my website? I try to post a link in the signature of my email. I sometimes post a link to my website on my Facebook post. I post a link to my website in my Instagram description and my Instagram posts. Yeah, what else do I do to get traffic to my page? Just place photos on your page with nice keywords in the description. Use a blog on your website and post regularly. You know, do an interview with yourself and post it on your page. Kind of get to know the photographer, and then use many like search words in your body, the text that you use. So don't just images, but also body of text. Yeah, it doesn't just go overnight, but invest in, you know, keeping your website fresh and with new photos once in a while and new pages edit, maybe some reviews of customers. Then I got another question. Where do you get most of your clients from? I actually, in my booking form, I asked them, like, where did they find me? Like, was it Instagram? Was it Facebook? Was it through someone else? Was it Google? I would say out of my head, maybe 40% of the time, maybe even 50% of the time Google. Then maybe 10 to 20% of the time they already know someone who has been here. And 30% of the time it's Facebook, Instagram, something like that. But most of the time, Google. Google is your friend. Okay, so this is me after the newborn session. We changed the backdrop in between. I have some items here that we used. So beautiful baby, beautiful photos, of course. So now I'm just gonna open my Instagram to see if there are any more questions related to marketing, which I can answer. Okay, getting more clients. How do you determine your prices when you're just starting? How to do marketing online? Where do you order your smash cakes? Not really marketing related, but that's fine. Wonderful, beautiful. Okay, so let's go to, ooh, I think you see my camera is dying. I think I already answered kind of like how to determine your prices, how to do marketing online. Just post stuff on social media. Keep it a little bit personal. Don't mention the name. Well, I don't mention the names of the babies. I don't tag the parents, but I'll just say, oh, what a beautiful baby came to visit me today. Look at all that hair. Or what a precious smile that this baby had. This little boy was 8 months old, just learned how to sit. Just a few photos. Like, keep it short, sweet, simple, a little bit personal. So yeah, getting more clients. Be really good at what you're doing. If your work is awesome, the clients will come, definitely. If you see room for improvement, attend a workshop, learn how to play with your light, learn new editing techniques, study, you know, just things. Maybe look at photographers that you really like and then see what they do. Do they use different colors in their photos, different materials? How do they use the light in their images? And then create gorgeous images. On Instagram, you can do hashtags. Just use a bunch of hashtags related to newborns and babies if you photograph newborns and babies. Even like baby showers, birth notification cards, I don't know, stuff like that. and then people will start following you. And it doesn't go overnight, but just be awesome at what you do, create beautiful pieces of art, share them, and I think then you will attract new customers. I know that what I'm saying is not rocket science. It's probably not anything that you haven't heard before. Yeah, I'm just creating a video about marketing, but I'm not a marketing expert. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you in the comments. You'll see me in my next video. My camera battery is dying, so it's gonna stop now.